Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. I feel like I haven't touched bases with you guys in a long time over just, a video reading. I've been posting a lot of the written messages lately, and yeah, I just thought I would use up the inspiration while I was getting it because, sometimes when I don't do them often, then I hear you guys ask about, hey, where are the letters? And I'm trying to make it a regular part of the channel, but yeah, I don't want to miss out on the video readings as well. I have been getting really interesting synchronicities about the masculine's journey, and I just wanted to pull some cards around it and, see what's in store for them, because I had a really interesting dream, and I'll tell you guys the dream. So I dreamt that I was at a store, okay, and I felt like it was my own store, like I was with a group of women, and I was helping them pick out clothing, okay, and one of my clients in the store couldn't find her size, and so I kept scurrying all of the racks and trying to find it for her. And at the same time, my mom came and she said that my masculine was waiting for me to have lunch, and so it was like an office setup, and I don't know why my parents were there, but they were. And I said, okay, yeah, like I'm coming. But my main concern was really just trying to help my client find her appropriate size. I feel like in the dream, I knew that what she was looking for was in the store. So I was like really adamant on finding it. And so next thing I know, I'm walking down the hallway towards these like big glass doors, and I see my divine masculine walking out of, it was almost like my office, and he had an apple in one hand and a brown lunch bag in the other. And he ended up going into the elevator like he was leaving. I guess I was like taking too long, and so I ended up kind of like going through the doors, but he had already left in the elevators, and so by the time I opened the elevators, it was empty. And so I ended up going into the elevator to go downstairs to try to, I guess, apologize for being late and explain myself, basically. And instead of hitting the down button, I hit the up button. And I was like, oh, great. So it started going up, but it wouldn't stop going up and up and up and up and up. And so I was like panicking for a second, and then all of a sudden I started feeling the shaking motion inside of the elevator, and I started becoming like a little bit panicked, like, oh my God, is the elevator stuck here? Like, what's going on? But I just felt this feeling of like, I kept going up, and in my head I'm thinking, how many floors are there before this door opens? And then I woke up, and so I just thought it was such a beautiful, interesting dream, and I feel like it's celebrating this energy of the divine feminine feeling so free. And I think like feeling free to just enjoy herself and enjoy her passions. And I got that through the energy of like being in the store. I was so committed to helping my client who was there, and she was looking for these clothes, and there were other ladies there who were finding everything just fine. And I was so determined to help her. And yeah, like the fact that I feel like the universe was like, don't you dare run after him and let him do his healing, okay? And I did share a song sync last night that talked about the divine masculine's healing, so check out the lyrics if you guys are guided to. But that's basically the gist of the energy, guys. I feel like at this time, many of the divine feminines have given, and they have shown, who they are, and in return, they've been getting a lot of abundance and blessings, and according to these abundance and blessings, they're being protected by the universe. They have this knowing that they're protected. So many of you are mirroring to your divine masculines, like how they have given on the journey. So a lot of you are feeling this like protective block, where it's like you're just not attracted to the energy of chasing. It's like you're more interested in attracting to you like what serves your highest good at this time. And so it's almost like in an instant your masculine it's like the energy and the pull of seeing this person or putting them on a pedestal has now finally like healed within you. And I think that divine feminine, you're putting yourself on a pedestal, and that's why it feels healed, right? And this is triggering the masculines again to do their work. I feel like, you're unattainable at this time, divine feminine, and you're keeping busy. Like it's almost like you have no choice. The universe is sending a lot of things to you. I feel like a lot of you are having a lot of past memories where you know, you've really had to fight and work hard and do a lot to become independent and take care of yourself and earn money and get a job or step into a career. Like, I feel like, you know, graduate or complete your schooling, all of these things are happening because the universe is rewarding you for a lot of those hard times. If you guys look back, you know, I know you guys know what I mean. You know, a lot of tears cried, a lot of, you know, feeling like you weren't always on the top of your game, but you just kept hanging in there and forging ahead. And now you're enjoying the blessings of just stepping out into the world as this beautiful empress. And I feel like that has triggered the divine masculine so much, even if it is to walk away. I feel like many of them are like, whether they're ghosting you guys or not, like, and you guys are in this new energy, it's like they're ghosting and then they're just like waiting, hoping that, you know, you're gonna like reach out or initiate conversation or, again, like chase, like the elevator scene. And I think that initially she was going to do that, you know, or I was going to do that in the dream, but I hit the top button without thinking, you know. And I was like, oh shoot, I hit the top button, but the elevator wouldn't let me go down. It was almost like the universe was like, no, you're gonna keep elevating yourself, and don't worry about what your masculine is doing at this time. And I feel like energetically, many of you already know what they're doing at this time. They're feeling regret. A lot of them are feeling regret. You know, the Seven of Wands too, like, I had something and I should have grasped it. I should have held on really tight. Instead, I was hesitating here and I got nervous. You know, it's like I was trying to please everybody with the energy of the lizard there. It's like, you know, this chameleon effect, trying to be everything to everybody else. And I feel like in the end, he's like, man, I lost out. Because the divine feminine wasn't really like waiting around. I feel like many divine feminines are embodying this energy of just being very experienced, having a lot of confidence, just knowing how to manifest with the 7 there, reaching out to your guides at any time you need to in order to gain assistance to move forward. Like, many of you can't help it. You're just like, okay, why aren't I feeling my masculine? And it's because the universe is like, because you're done hurting and you're done obsessing and you're done, you know, trying to like hold on to this so tightly. So many of you are just letting go and making room. And I feel like it's not like you're not saying like, okay, I'm done with this twin flame journey, or, you know, screw my masculine, whatever. It's like, I feel like it's not, there's no resentment or any of that attached to this letting go. This letting go is about looking at your dynamic, understanding what it is you desire and want, and then having the guts and the courage to move towards that, even if it means moving away from people, places, and things, including your divine masculine. And many of you who know what it's like to be in that energy, you know your counterpart is only going to transform from there, you know. And I've been getting a lot of beautiful things, guys, a lot of positive energy around this, like moving forward, and feeling confident in that knowing. So yeah, it's only going to bring about change. A lot of you who are on this journey know that. Another 7 here coming up. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups to say that, like, I feel like it's like that energy. The more you take care of yourself and nurture yourself, divine feminine, your counterpart can't help but try to match that energy. Even with all of the beautiful flowers in the background, like the journey itself will always grow, you know. I feel too like there's a beautiful little turtle there too that says, you know, slow things down and go at your own pace. Fill your own cup, feel passionate within your own self. And that's exactly what your masculine feels passionate about. You know, and 77 too coming up is like amplified here. Okay, it's like, you know, being at the top of your game and knowing how to attract the right things into your life, or the right vibration from people. And with this energy as well, being seasoned, it's like being extra seasoned, being like a mentalist, you know, even if it's like negative energies coming out of your counterpart, or lower energies, or doubt or fear, or you're feeling a lot of emphasis on trying to pull this together, or, you know, rack your brains over what it is they're doing. It's like, let it all go. It's not your responsibility. And give and take here, okay? Because the 2 of Wands is coming up. You know, both of you have a choice here. And I feel that both of you are committed to this journey and this card, but at the end of the day, like, it's gonna come with those lessons of like being realistic and being real with yourself. And one big message I've been getting too is like these whole like third party situations. It's like, as much as we try to like unfold with this whole twin flame journey as this big spiritual experience, it's like we're already on our own spiritual paths, guys. Like, we're already spiritually growing with or without our twin flames. And at the end of the day, like, if you're romantically involved with your counterpart and they're still in third party situations, or let's say you're the one in the third party situation, and I'm speaking from experience here, and it may trigger some people, or I'm hoping that it will just share with you guys like the real honest truth, is that your twin flame journey is not going to manifest itself if either of you are still stuck in fear about staying with your current partner. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. I feel like the universe is pushing all of us to take responsibility and accountability, because what I'm seeing too is that many divine feminines who are in certain karmic situations, they don't want to leave, or they don't want to let go without the security of saying that their masculine is ready. So instead, it's like they stay in certain karmic situations themselves and find a million excuses, or a million things in the world that could go potentially wrong if they step out of their karmic situations. But it's like, I feel like the trust in the universe says like everything will be okay when you stay authentic and truthful to yourself. Like, you're not meant to sit around and be miserable. You're meant to be authentic to who it is you are. Remove yourself from toxic environments and situations that take from you and leave you feeling depleted, and take that risk and place yourself in another situation. But I feel like the more we feed ourselves that energy of like, oh well, this will go wrong, or I can't do this because of this, or what, but you're sitting there and you're miserable around certain people, or you're miserable around your spouse, and your kids are kind of seeing that all play out in action. But I feel too like even eventually our kids will kind of turn around and start asking us to take accountability for ourselves as well. It's like, it's all about being truthful and authentic to who it is you are. And if anybody boxes you into a corner or puts you in a negative situation, environment, atmosphere, it's not them. Like, really the lesson is within us. It's how do we remove ourselves from that without feeling like you need something there, you need to depend on something there. Like, if people are making you feel ill, sick, like you just want to leave or get out, you would have to follow through and do that for your soul, and trust that the universe has your back. If you're taking steps to remove yourself from something that you within your heart know is not right, it's up to you to make that change and trust that the universe will provide better for you. But as long as you stay and you keep making excuses and you keep placing the accountability everywhere else, it's like the same kind of stuff will be experienced. And I feel like this whole idea of coming together with your counterpart, even with the whole big flame there in the background, and feeling like, when is this whole twin flame journey going to manifest? And then you're sitting there and you're not taking any action to making yourself available to be in this like encounter with your person. It's always going to be weird cycles repeating in different ways, and it's going to be the same crap different day type of thing. And these situations are going to come up again, and you're going to experience like the anger, the frustration, all of that stuff, like tenfold. It's going to get more and more intense, so you guys have a choice in this case. It's like standing up to the things that's doing exactly what it is that's haunting you about this whole twin flame journey, which is coming together with the person that you love, dealing with the stuff that's preventing that from happening, no matter how scary you perceive that it is, because all of us are strong, all of us are protected. And yes, the idea of being 100% accountable and responsible for our actions and having to take care of ourselves without depending on toxic people to get through life, like that is what the epiphany of this whole twin flame experience is all about. A lot of us don't get these lessons until we meet our twin flame and they push us on that path. A lot of the times our twin flames aren't going to leave their karmic connections unless we make a move to leave ours, because how can we expect that from them or wait for them to make a move? The lesson is eventually going to turn itself around on you, and you're still going to have to come to terms with leaving your partnership, because at the end of the day, many of you are, feeling this connection with your person nonstop, every minute of the day. Everything is leading you towards that union, coming together with them, but then there goes the ego of every reason in the book as to why it is you can't do what it is you're dying to do, like what it is your soul, heart and soul is telling you to do. You know, a lot of the actions or inactions that we're taking or either not taking has to do with a lot of the karma, the inner work that needs to be done, putting yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in, because it's going to get uncomfortable and you're going to have to struggle, you know. But on the other side of struggling and working hard for something and coming up out of that is the triumph, the victory, the strength card, knowing that there is nothing on this planet that can defeat your spirit, right? So yeah, a lot of you, I feel like, are, you know, having to face a lot of these choices. We have fear coming up. You know, it says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. You know, and then the forgiveness card, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. This is the toxic situations that's coming up that a lot of you guys are just bearing with and making excuses for, when really, you know, you have the power to step out of it, but there is a part of you that's afraid. That is the fear that's meant to be destroyed. Whatever is keeping you afraid of living authentically and feeling happy and fulfilled, there is nothing in the world, there is no excuse in the world that you cannot overcome or you cannot face, you know, in the eyes and say, no, you're not going to have that power over me. You know, no, you're not going to make me feel uncomfortable in my own space, because I'm going to go get my own space. You know, we don't have to live in misery or fear. And a lot of the times, like I'm telling you guys, it's the whole twin flame experience that ends up putting us in these situations where we're not afraid to change our lives anymore, the dynamics that we're involved in. We're no longer saying, oh, well, you know, I have to put up with it because A, B, and C. It's like, no, now we're starting to think positively, think more clearly, and manifest for ourselves. And we don't have to do it alone, because we have spiritual help there available to us always. You know, I don't go a day without just pouring my heart out to the universe and talking openly and bravely and courageously about the things I want to attract into my life. You know, I feel like I deserve it. And that's part of like the self-love that I've been learning on this journey. Look, pride is at the top of the deck. You know, I feel like that's having pride in yourself. You know, a lot of the times when we put up with certain things on like our twin flame journey or even in karmic situations, it's like a lot of that self-pride has been taken away from us, when it's simple as just putting our foot down and speaking our truth and not taking no for an answer if we have a strong boundary about something, right? It's like stating our boundaries to someone, and if they push back, it's like there's no room to push back. These are my boundaries, here it is. You know, you're gonna hit a brick wall every time. So it says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Okay. And, you know, being able to see ourselves in other people as well is a huge, important part of this whole twin flame experience, right? I mean, a lot of the times what we allow, we would never even do to other people, guys. A lot of the times what we allow from other people, we ourselves would never cross anybody else like that. So don't allow people to overstep your boundaries, especially if it's your divine masculine or your divine feminine. Yes, this journey is about spirituality, but it's about our own spiritual ascension through this magnetized, attraction to someone else, seeing our soul in someone else, but we still have our own individual journeys to go on, and taking care of self first, not sitting around thinking to ourselves, oh yeah, this is spiritual love, so I'm just going to take all the crap that's given to me and continue to give to this relationship or this experience, when at the end of the day I'm kind of like experiencing these cycles over and over and over again. Resentment, like, why haven't they left their karmic partner if I have this kind of secret affair with them? Why do I still feel this? If it's a spiritual love, why do I still feel all of these real feelings of like jealousy and waiting around for this to manifest as a physical relationship, or hoping, wishing and praying that one day it will, but still watching that person live their own life? It's triggering, because at the end of the day, like, you're not meant to run from that experience, you're meant to address it. But being on the spiritual journey, you're going to be able to address it with a lot more clarity and a lot more discernment, a lot more authority, because then that energy of manifesting your ideal life and being happy is going to make you wake up and realize a lot of things. The moment you start manifesting happiness and love for yourself in the best circumstances and situations, you're going to see your counterpart in a whole new light. If you guys are still going through a lot of these push and pull cycles, you're going to start waking up and really seeing things for what they are. And this is all part of the twin flame experience. It's recognizing, where it is we put ourselves into hot water and not doing that over and over and over again. So it becomes less about our twin flame and more about, it's not what they're doing to me, it's why do I continue to stay here and allow it? And then healing that within you, continue. Our twin flames will push us to love ourselves. That's the whole mirror effect. They push us to love ourselves and to take care of ourselves and to walk the talk in front of them. It's like, if I'm saying I want you, then I'm going to be the one here to get a divorce, because that's being authentic to who it is I am. I'm not going to say I want you, I love you, I feel this twin flame connection to you, and then continue to stay in a karmic situation that's just not aligned with my soul. No, I'm going to walk the talk. And then it puts the lesson back onto your counterpart, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is that, when you take that pride in yourself and you're able to just forgive everybody with no kind of like harboring of these negative energies or feelings or emotions, like acting with honesty, okay? Acting with honesty and integrity for yourself. It says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Whenever you're acting truthful to who it is you are, that sends a really strong message to people, and it changes things in your own reality. You become so transparent that it's like nothing can get through you. So yeah, I feel like the divine masculine as well is going through a lot of these changes, Many of them are walking away from karmic situations, even though divine feminines, you're still in your karmic situations. I feel like with that mirroring energy again, they're having to be truthful. If I want her to walk away, what am I still doing here in my karmic connection? They're having to be truthful and honest about that stuff, with like from their heart space. And guilt is at the top of the deck here, and I feel like the guilt card is coming up because what I'm getting is that many of them they're sick and tired of just being stuck and getting themselves again into the same cycles over and over again. I feel that even with the divine feminine collective, the guilt card comes from like dishonoring yourself. It's not even about your twin flame here. It's about trying to work things out, even if in your twin flame connection, okay? So you're trying to work things out in your karmic situations, and then your karmic connections are like kicking you in the butt, and then your whole twin flame experience, they're kicking you in the butt too, right? Because they're mirroring back. It's like, again, it's not what happens to you. It's like, what are you doing to get yourself out of those situations? Okay, so I feel like the guilt is coming from many of us who kind of sit there and go through these experiences over and over and over again, and we feel bad to walk away, or we feel bad to speak our truth or open up and say something. Yeah, release beliefs that no longer assist your soul's growth. It's really, really, really time to be honest and speak up about what it is you guys want in order to manifest it. You can't want something and fear it at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up the reading, and I'm going to get more card here about the twin flame journey. Okay, what does the universe want you guys to know about this twin flame romance, this twin flame love? Okay, past life relationships. Okay, and that's a validation for a lot of you who are on the twin flame journey. It's like you guys will continue to do this dance, and it's all about learning the lessons and trusting that you're making the right moves when you act with honesty and integrity and have that pride in yourself. You've known each other before, and that's why you guys keep triggering each other. It's to constantly do the right thing and do what's best for you. Your twin flame, they mirror back to you who it is you're supposed to be loving. So when you think about pouring out into your twin flame and you feel hurt, or you feel betrayed, or you feel like they're not giving back, picture them in front of you holding a mirror, and that's what they're trying to tell you. It's like, instead of sitting here asking why it is I'm not doing this and doing that, you have to give all of that to yourself. And I'm just a bonus on top of all of that. The only time we ever get into that energy of despair is when we're not willing to walk away from things that are not giving back to us. We feel like we have to keep loving our twin and pouring out to our twin. And meanwhile, they're not really giving back to you in any way. It's because they're trying to send you a clear message. I would never want you to be in this type of energy, you know, around me, or I would never want to be the cause. And that's why we feel them repel, whether you're masculine or a feminine. You know, I get that many masculines are experiencing this right now, you know, where they're wanting contact from their feminines. They're wanting their feminines to chase them the way that she used to, and drop hints and clues and initiation and all of these things. But many divine feminines are being blocked from those energies because I feel like a lot of us are facing ourselves now. We're facing the parts of us that have given into a lot of our weaknesses, and again, we're feeling the guilt of behaving in certain ways on this journey that was in the chaser energy, and now we're starting to recognize ourselves in that energy, and it's like such a big turn off to us. You know, it's like many feminines are like, I cannot believe I acted in those ways. You know, but many of you now are just growing up and taking care of yourselves and becoming independent, and again, your focus is on making yourselves feel secure. You know, I get that a lot of you are having so much fun nurturing yourselves. You know, you remember when like little girls would play with dolls and dress them up, and I feel like you guys are the literal dolls here, and you are taking care of yourselves and having a lot of fun, like doing a lot of like artsy things, like whether it's like decorating your home, you know, just taking care of like your appearance, getting your hair cut. Again, a lot of you mentioned that, you know, you're doing your nails and or getting messages about starting to take care of your nails, and you know, maybe a lot of you are thinking about like quitting your jobs and going towards a career that is a little bit more exciting or fulfilling or has something to do with your spiritual growth. You know, a lot of you are thinking about starting up side businesses and YouTube channels and blogs. Try it out. The first step is to create an email address of your choice, and then you guys go and have a free reign on all of these platforms that allow you to just speak your truth and get out there and do it. You know, because again, many of you are just like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I can't feel my masculine. That's the universe blocking you so that you can enjoy this energy, because I feel like until your masculines start showing that positive movement or have this like 201's energy here with equal give and take, and it has to be authentic, like there can't be any like dishonesty behind it. And what I mean by that is like, you know, they're coming towards you and you guys are sensing all these changes and, you know, whatever the case is, but you could still feel at your core that something's just not right. It's like that kind of stuff is going to be coming to an end. It's like you're not going to be attracted to like exchanging any type of energy with them or interacting with them if it doesn't feel good to the core. Okay, I get that a lot of you are ghosting your masculines for the first time, and you're like, holy shit, I never thought that I would ever do that, but it's just what I'm being guided to do. It's because you guys are being protected. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, take care, guys. Bye.